there's a myriad of things that we can look into, because the news cycle is that it giveth and it giveth again. The news cycle never gives up on me. And so there's so much news to this, and like around the ongoing fight between Trump and the DOJ over the Mar-a-Lago stuff. There's certainly I've got a backed up. I could do a Glenn Beck Pez dispenser of bullshit videos he put out. And yes, the trolls do love me. Thank you for pointing that out. I want to thank the trolls for coming and visiting us, especially the ones that spend most of their time at TYT and pretend to be progressives or Democrats and just hate on Democrats to try and stick a crowbar in and break that divide. Welcome. Glad to have you here. And it's nice. I suppose you get to take off your sheep's clothing and just be a wolf. Must be relaxing. And I thank you also for spreading us out into the algorithm. Without you, we wouldn't be able to reach as many people as we have. And we're getting up on that 50K number. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by hook or by crook by the end of the year. It's going to be a lot, but I'm maximum effort. That's what we're doing. And by the way, if you do subscribe, it just shows that you're a decent human being, even if you disagree with me. Did that work? You think that worked? Chat room, do you think they bought it? I hope so. Anyways, by hook or by crook, yes. But enough about Matt Gaetz. That said, it's hard for me to choose sometimes. It's very difficult for me to go into which videos are what, because there's so much to choose from. It's a joy. And especially, there's some of them that are just like, God damn it, do I really have to watch this one? Especially when it's the king of the marzipan people. Why is this so... What is the quality on this is just shit. I can go back to here. At least 720. God damn. Mr. Marzipan himself, the man who cooks his own Botox at home. The hearing's not going to happen tomorrow, by the way. They're going to move it because of the hurricane approaching. It's not coming near DC, obviously. I don't think Trump's Sharpie has been able to make the hurricane destroy Washington, D.C. If it did work, it would work, right? There you go. There's a glut. Yes, they still have Pez. As a matter of fact, I have an entire set of Pez dispensers. I just don't like Pez. As a matter of fact, one of my side project jobs I want to do is create alternate Pez candy that fit in Pez that, I probably would get sued, but just make candy that shape that tastes like something else. Because it stings my throat. I don't understand it. It's weird. Why couldn't they make Pez candy that tastes like Smarties? Would that be hard? You know what I'm talking about? All right, never mind. And Canadians, I'm not talking about your Smarties. Those are M&Ms. God damn it. It's difficult being so mega worldwide. Okay, here we go. This is Eric Bolling with the balance, or the off-kilter. By the way, we have Eric Bolling to thank for John Paul McIsaac talking himself into a fucking circle. Literally, we watched the Hunter Biden laptop facade fall apart on the air with Eric Bolling interviewing that dickhead. Now he's got Alina Habba. And Alina Habba is worried that apparently the FBI are coming for her next.
What is it, folks?
Whatever part of your body your next is, I don't know.
Is it government reach, overreach?
It's government McReach, which, like the McRib, only comes up twice a year. The fuck did you just say, dummy?
What is it, folks? Is it government reach?
Yes, it's government reach. That's the thing. Why can't we have, instead of government overreach, just government McReach with fries?
Overreach? Is it deep state on full display?
No, it's not. There is no deep state. You're a fucking idiot. All functioning societies need bureaucrats that don't have to fucking leave everything at their desk like some sort of commie workspace every time the leadership changes.
Take a look at this. FBI SWAT team raided and arrested a Catholic pro-life leader.
FBI SWAT team. Okay, first of all, the FBI doesn't have a SWAT team. They have armed teams, but it's not a SWAT team. Special Weapons and Tactics is a police organization. You fuck. This is a disgrace, and people should not be happening in America. Pray for Mark Huck and his family. read there. The Kingman Catholic Church. FBI criticized for armed arrest of Catholic leader. All right, maybe they'll show the article. They're just showing the tweet. J.H. Western. No date on it, but we'll see. Hold on one second. Do I always have to look this? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. At J.H. Western. J.H. Wester. There he is. Front end developer Schneider. Well, no. No, there's a J.H. Wester, which not to be confused with, and I did, with job behind the Wester, front end developer Scheidenheim in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. That dude's pro-Ukraine, pro-peace, and pro-windmill. Clearly not the same fucking person. So hold on. J.H. Western. The type is really small on my screen because it's Stephen Clark. Is that who that is? John Henry Western. Nope. God damn it. Who is this dude? There's a bunch of people. John Henry. Oh, he's got a hyphen in between his name? Motherfucker. Is this, you couldn't find somebody more fucking obscure? West End? In a Western town, a dead-end world. Eastern boys and Western. There he is. J.H. Weston. That's this guy. The John Henry Weston Show. All right, we found him. Fucking hell. I thought it said Western because the pixels are so goddamn small. Okay, this is one of the lowest... This is his latest tweet. This is one of the lowest points in American history. The corrupt FBI needs to be dissolved. Okay. Here we go. Where are we? Almost had it. Conservatives blast the FBI raid a pro-life Catholic dad of 7. There's a video from a show called Life Site. Let's look at it. Oh, it's Newt Gingrich. What a shock. Let's see. This is amazing. On September 23rd, FBI raided the home of Catholic pro-life speaker, author Mark Huck with guns drawn as his 7 children watched screaming in quotes. So they were kind of screaming, or they didn't scream, or they... All right.
You have the U.S. government apparently sending people with weapons at 7 o'clock in the morning. I mean,
apparently, they either did or they didn't.
Why did they feel they had to go at 7 a.m.?
Because they do that early in the morning because they're less likely... People get a little shooty and stabby around 10 a.m. That's why, fucko.
When
he was arrested for assaulting a 73-year-old clinic oh, this is that guy. Okay. Yeah, where's this? Hold on. Which guy is it? His name is in front of his kids. Why is that a quote from you? This is a turning point in history. The FBI just raided the house of a regular pro-life father in front of his kids. Mark Huck. Right. Okay, sorry. Scroll down here. We'll continue to listen to this bullshit, but give me a second. Mark Huck. That's Hulk. Mark Hulk. This is the, here's the arrest warrant or the statement on it for immediate release. Bucks County man indicted on federal charges for assaulting a reproductive health care clinic escort. United States Attorney Jacqueline Romero announced that Mark Huck, 48 of Kintnersville, PA, was charged with an indictment with a violation of the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances, the FACE Act, which makes it a federal crime to use force with intent to injure, intimidate, or interfere with anyone because the person is a provider of reproductive health care. The defendant was arrested and made his initial appearance in federal court for charges earlier today. According to court documents, the defendant is alleged to have twice assaulted a man because he was a volunteer reproductive health care clinic escort. The charges stem from two separate incidents, both on October 13th, which occurred at the Planned Parenthood Elizabeth Blackwell Health Center on Locust Street in Philadelphia, where Huck allegedly assaulted the victim, a 72-year-old man, identified in the indictment as BL because BL was a volunteer escort at the reproductive health care clinic. In the first incident, BL was attempting to escort two patients exiting the clinic, with the defendant forcibly shoved BL to the ground. In the second incident, the defendant verbally confronted BL and forcibly shoved BL to the ground in front of the Planned Parenthood Center, causing injuries to BL that required medical attention. Assault is always a serious offense, and under the FACE Act, if the victim is targeted because of their association with a reproductive health care clinic, it is a federal crime. Our office and the Department of Justice are committed to prosecuting crimes which threaten the safety and rights of all individuals. Put simply, violence is never the answer, said Jacqueline McGuire, special agent in charge of the FBI's Philadelphia division. Violating the FACE Act by committing a physical assault is a serious crime for which the FBI will work to hold offenders accountable. If convicted, he faces a maximum possible sentence of 11 years in prison, 3 years of supervised release, and fines up to $350,000. The case was investigated by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, is being prosecuted by the Assistant United States Attorney Anita Eve and DOJ trial attorney Sanjay Patel of the Civil Rights Division. There it is. Now, this dude pushed down a 72-year-old man twice in the same day, trying to stop people from going to the clinic. And by the way, the guy who shot Tiller, the abortion care provider that Bill O'Reilly called Tiller the baby killer, is the reason why they showed up armed to get this guy. It has nothing to do with this fuckhead shoving somebody. They're going to show up at your house. They're going to get you for a violent assault. They're going to come armed, especially to your house if you're, especially if you're aligned with a group committing a civil rights offense, because those kind of folks tend to open fire. I don't know why these guys put
You have the U.S. government apparently sending people with weapons at 7 o'clock in the morning. I mean,
and that's the guy that shoved him? Okay.
Why did they feel they had to go at 7 a.m. when and his 7 kids, imagine what they're watching.
Well, if they came in at 6, one of the kids would feel left out.
As their father's taken away.
Did they watch as he shoved a 72-year-old man to the fucking ground? Did he bring his kids to sit in the car? Watch this, kids. This is how you handle freedom in America. This guy has every right to do this. I've lost real legal recourse in doing this, so I'm going to push this old man down twice.
If by the law, legally, they're doing everything by the book, the criticism that's out there about...
No, I don't. If they're doing everything legally by the book, the criticisms are political. Therefore, they belong in an entirely different venue. If you violently assault someone apropos of nothing, you show up where they are and physically attack them and they need medical care, you're going to get a knock on your door. And just because you have keeping your kids at home is not a way to stop from being arrested for violent assault.
About overplaying your hand with some of these arrests and making...
No, this fucker could have turned himself in. If this was in civil disobedience, if as a Christian he felt he needed to do this, he could have just said, they're going to come for me, hon. I don't want him to bother the kids. So kids, I love you. I'll see you later. And he could, yeah.
Making examples out of people.
Well, the local cops definitely can charge him for other stuff. There will be state charges on this for simple assault that will go with this. But this is a violation of a federal the FACE Act. So the feds will have first dibs.
While people wait for any arrests on the attacks on the pro-life clinics, you might have wanted to massage this a little differently.
I cannot see circumstances here that in any way justify the use of a SWAT team for what
It wasn't a SWAT team, fucko.
Would ordinarily be a misdemeanor assault.
Yeah, or ordinarily, shoving a 72-year-old man onto the sidewalk and injuring him, it's nothing. By the way, if it was a black dude shoving this guy down on the ground and he scuffed his elbow, do you think any of these motherfuckers would be talking this way?
If what is alleged in the warrant is true.
That's nice. life side, life, culture, family, and denying charges that other people witnessed to under oath and the police officers executed under oath. Yeah. The music, I don't know, like a lot of pro-life sites like to put the train fucking music from Risky Business under their videos. I don't know.
And father of 7 for...
I'm sorry. Just because you were fruitful and multiplied... Hold on. Let's see if I want to do... Let's see. There you go. You know, just here you go. Here, look at this. This father. I mean, he's a single dad. Sure, that girl was conceived while he was on death row for the rape and murder of multiple women. But you know, look at that. I mean, they burst in on this guy. They used guns to grab this guy. I mean, honestly, this guy had a son. Yeah. How about Gary Ridgway? His son said he was a normal dad. He was a soccer dad. How would they attack a soccer dad like that? Hey, look, it's Dennis Rader. He's got a daughter. That might be, let's see. Yeah. This, yeah, here you go. Fred, that's what I was looking for, by the way, why I got 7 children. Fred and Rose West had 7 kids. They killed 2 of their own kids and buried one of them in the garden. And, let's see. So it's claimed that they fell. See, they ended up getting, where is it? Sexual abuse of a 14-year-old girl. Right. Yeah. Steve was raped, beaten, and constantly mutilated by his mother, Rose, when he was young. Yeah, there we go. Hold on. Yeah, they had 7 kids and they killed 2 of them.
Alleged violations of the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act.
No. Fuck you, not alleged violations of the Freedom of Access to Clinics Act, you bastard, for assaulting someone in the process. If he had obstructed it, if he laid down on the ground, he would have been in violation of the FACE Act, but he wouldn't have gotten, they would have picked him up later at work or some shit like that and cuffed him.
Act. Let's bring in President Trump's attorney, Alina Habba. Alina, thank you for joining us. Very, very scary. This man.
Oh, thank you, Kim Allen.
He gets raided. FBI came, guns blazing. His wife tells the story.
Guns blazing. Fuck you. That means open fire. They didn't come in guns blazing, you prick. Again, how is this not a violation of terms of service? Why is this not like calling for violence against police officers or FBI? Guns blazing? Jesus Christ. Hold on. Sorry, I'll bring the audio up.
Story that they're pounding on the door.
Yeah, that happens all the time. They will bang on your door with authority. And they will say FBI because some people who are lunatics, when they hear a knock at the door that isn't expected, will come to the door with a gun because they don't know who it is, and then it leads to other shit. So by going boom, 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 FBI, boom, 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 open up, boom, 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 like that, you're like, oh shit, these guys are serious. It really is the FBI. Look out the window. It really is them. Blah, 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 blah. But if you're just like, hello? That's when a barrel gets stuck out the door because these people are crazy, or whoever you're looking for might be, engaged in criminal activity. It's policy, you dipshit. And that's Alina Habba.
Until they opened up, they tried to get the kids upstairs. FBI came in with their guns out, and before
blazing. Were they blazing? Were their guns on fire? Were their suits on fire? Were they wearing flame retardant suits, the big silver ones that the fire department uses?
before they were even to show her the warrant, they took them off, carted them off. What's going on here?
Yeah, they cuff you before they show you the warrant because they're dealing with someone who's accused of a violent crime, dummy.
Help us out.
By the way, she doesn't know. Why are you asking her?
Imagine.
Yes, I can imagine.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
I don't even know what's going on anymore. Jesus Christ. Yeah, her audio is fucked. What?
Completely weaponized the FBI.
No, they have not.
We have them pounding
This motherfucker weaponized his hands against another human being who was not being violent at the time. Fuck you.
onto children are in the home. I mean, tell me how.
Look, you don't get to use your fucking kids as a human shield. Honey, let's have a baby. Why? Well, in a couple of years, I might commit a crime and I want some sort of a defense. We got to be able to hold these motherfuckers up. You know, I want a new toddler every so often because they get heavy and you can't lift them up and put them between you and the cops. Like, what the fuck?
How that makes any sense. And then I want to understand why we're not fixing the other issues and why Hunter Biden's not being pounded down. It makes.
Why is Hunter Biden not being pounded down? Well, judging from the videos, he's the one that does the pounding. Am I right? Get out of here. Come on. Boing.
No sense to me, honestly.
You know, that's all he is standing at a church clapping. This is an innocent, peaceful man.
So the FBI raids a pro-life leader.
No, they don't. There's lots of pro-life leaders in this country, Eric Bolling. You fuck. They're raided the house of a man who violently assaulted someone else.
Meanwhile, 2020, they were rioting on.
I'm sorry, my ears have already attenuated to her microphone. So
the streets, they were breaking into stores, looting stores. Nothing to see here, folks. But this guy apparently goes once a week. He takes his own time from his own family, and he goes to Philadelphia and counsels young women
and pushes down old people
who may be looking for an abortion and may not want to. And
if they don't want to hear from him, or their escorts aren't letting him talk to them up or take them away. So let me get this straight. This father of 7, this Catholic pro-life guy, wants to just have some alone time with some young women who find themselves pregnant and not in a secure relationship and maybe a little confused. And he just needs to take them to a local motel and, preach to them about the word of Jesus Christ. This doesn't sound fucking creepy at all. Where are you going, honey? I'm going to go talk to some women that I perceive to be promiscuous and try to help them find Jesus by anointing them with my oil. Plus, they're already knocked up, so I'm totally...
helps him out, but somehow, can you help us out with this FACE Act, the Freedom of Access to Clinical Entrances law?
No, she can't. Why are you talking to her about this, you fuckhead? What does she know about it?
What is it? Break it down for us.
You know what? I don't know much about.
Jesus Christ! Of course she's Trump's lawyer. She doesn't know shit. Jesus Christ! How did I spot? I mean, honestly, how did I not spot it? But how do you? Yeah, she sounds like. She sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher. That's my impersonation of Chewbacca talking to Charlie Brown's teacher. You're welcome.
About it, to be honest, the reality of the situation is that it's become a very political hot topic, right?
Wow, where do they find these keen minds to talk about these heavy issues? So pardon me, I'm new here. So abortion, you're saying, is become a politically hot topic. When did that shit start?
So we have people trying to push so that you basically cannot have any options in terms of abortion.
No. That's why it's called Planned Parenthood. Adoption is one of the options. They talk about it there.
And then we have the recent law that obviously changed.
Look, one of the options should be if you're young, perhaps even underage, that the head of a good Catholic man with 7 children and a wife who's quite frankly exhausted should be able to just take you aside, put his arm around you, and tell you a story about salvation. That is a really cute dress.
Coming from the Supreme Court decision and SCOTUS, and that has created this political climate against women's rights to choose or the state's right to govern those choices.
Thanks for breaking it down for us. What the shit?
And without getting into, my personal beliefs on it, I think that we have
Yeah, because she's pro-choice.
to have some regulation.
We do have regulations already, dum-dum.
But we can't be targeting, which is what happened here. A target on
No, asshole. He targeted someone. He goes out every weekend to target people. And in this case, he physically targeted someone. They didn't come get him because of what he fucking says. They came and got him because of what he fucking did.
an individual who is pro-life.
No, he isn't. Sorry. Citation needed. Hashtag citation needed.
Who is assisting that venue of choice. And as you know,
He's assisting that venue of choice? Jesus Christ, now I know why Trump chose her.
many left, not all, but many left wing Democrats are
Many left-wing Democrats. Hold on one second. Oh, these silly folks. Black, a black.
very anti-pro-choice. Pro-life.
Oops. Jesus Christ. It's all Freudian slips all the time. It's K-Freud. Tune in for all the fresh and hottest Freudian slips around.
It's
Next up, Ron Johnson with I commend white supremacy. Condemn.
it's sad. It's a really sad.
So help us out here.
She can't.
I carry the Constitution around.
Really? You still haven't gotten around to reading it?
Fourth Amendment, it guards against overzealous and illegal searches.
Dude, it's right there in fucking front of you. You can't misquote the fucking thing. Unreasonable search and seizure. I carry this around, and it says something, I don't know, there's a Fourth Amendment. I know that because there's a fifth, so there's got to be a fourth. And it says something about, I don't know, they're not allowed to bother Trump. Something like that. Anyways, I don't really read the whole thing. I have it on tape.
And seizures. I'm just thinking of when it's someone on the right. This guy clearly wasn't violent.
Yes, he was. He was clearly fucking violent. That's exactly why they came. Could you know less about this shit? The only person who knows less about this stupid case than Eric Bolling is his guest, is her. She doesn't even know about the fucking issue. Jesus Christ. Clearly, it's not violent to push a 72-year-old man down on the sidewalk twice in the same fucking day where he needs medical attention. I don't even know why they
weren't going to need their guns out to take a man away from his wife and 7 children watching. Yet they bust in, they almost break the door down, according to her account.
He's not 100% sure that he heard that properly. Clearly. They busted the door, according to what she said. Did she say that?
It harkens back to when Roger Stone had similar treatment. The guy's 70-something years old. He's got 125 SWAT agents that show up early in the dawn morning and banging
Yeah, because these assholes pose with guns
on his door as well. Is there a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here it is. 1 second. Finding something for you guys. Can't imagine why those guys would show up at his fucking house. Whoops. Get out of here. Whoops. You know, my pages come back up. You rat. Hold on. Got to bring my pages back up. There you go. And back up. Hold on. Here you go. This guy. Here you go. Here. You want to know why they fucking showed up at his door? Here's why they showed up at his fucking door with guns, dipshit. They check. Who you going to get today? Not like when they went for Jeffrey Clark, they didn't show up with their guns out like they had to here. This is why. Because fucking Roger Stone went to a gun range with Alex fucking Jones. Let's see if they have any more of the pictures on there. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm not advocating violence, but if there's a coup d'etat, if there's an illegitimate unconstitutional effort to remove Donald Trump on Trump charges based on the partisan prosecutors or illegitimate takedown of the 25th Amendment, there will be a civil war in this country, Stone says in the video. The Trump constituency has been awakened and they will not be put to sleep. I choose to defend myself and my family. I'm tired of the death threats. I'm tired of the need for personal security. I'm tired of the insults, and therefore I'm going to defend the Constitution myself. Roger's been going to the shooting range more and more, Jones says in the video, and now has security just like we do. Then they hit the gun range where Stone and Jones fire a number of automatic weapons at paper targets. Die, commie dogs. Oh, sorry, that's Stone. Die, commie dogs. I don't know how Stone talks. Says he... die, commie dogs. That's how Roger Stone talks, as far as I know. Up against the wall, commies. The two also joked about making a JFK throat shot. And Jones calls Stone the Rambo of the movement to take out the globalists. AKA Jew. So, yeah, there we go. Move these guys out of the way. Just, yeah. So...
bias, and is that something that we can call them out for? And is there anything illegal about what they're doing?
No, there isn't. Why are you honestly, he was like trying to find the dumbest person he could to ask these questions.
I think so.
I think so. Well, you think wrong. As an officer of the court, you should fucking know better.
So you forget the one thing about Roger Stone's story is that the CNN happened to have a leak again and was planted outside in the morning before Roger Stone's phone got raided. It's completely uncanny. We have to start fighting back.
Uncanny.
Wish I could say that I think that cleanup could start before the midterms, but I don't believe it can.
Nah, definitely not.
I think we have to get the House. It's been a bad way to move forward in the midterm elections. That's why everybody's got to get out and vote.
It's interesting that Roger Stone has released the video of himself being arrested, and yet Trump hasn't released the video from Mar-a-Lago. Weird. I don't know. You know, it's just crazy. I don't know why.
And then once we do that, I think the first thing we need to do is go in and clean up the FBI, the DOJ, and any government officials who are using their political stance against people who happen to be on the other side. And that goes both ways, Eric. And I always say this. I believe in the Constitution and I believe in the Fourth Amendment, which you mentioned. It's not about what side you're on. It's not about if you're a Republican or a Democrat. It's about respecting the Constitution and the rights that we're all afforded as Americans.
Right. Which is exactly why, by the way, if you ever tried to use anything that you say come from the Hunter Biden laptop, it would never be admissible in court because there's no chain of evidence and it's been handed around so many times and modified since it left his care. So a first-year law student could get it thrown out if it did exist, which it doesn't. And if she was Hunter Biden's attorney, even as dumb as she is, I'm going to go with foreshortened nostrils. As someone who has blazingly large nostrils, I find it hard to believe they come in that size in adult noses. I'm just saying.
American issue.
It's an American issue,
I really,
which is why I did. Sorry, is Eric Bolling just turning into a 1930s gin drunk in front of us?
urge people to be paying attention to the news. Look at
Yes, pay attention to the news, which, you know, sorry to say, Eric, means not watching your show.
these raids. You know, I'm concerned that if I'm a vocal attorney for President Trump, but I'm also a vocal Republican, does that mean that my children and my home are going to get raided?
No. But I do appreciate you coming on Eric Bolling's show and them allowing you to say this, because you know that it's very possible that under RICO, you're going to get a search warrant at your home because you're involved in criminal activity as Trump's lawyer instead of representing him in a criminal matter. And so by saying this, like, are they going to attack my house? In front of, like, nobody's safe. By doing the nobody's safe bullshit, you can preemptively attack the FBI because you know they're looking at you.
You know, I feel bad for that family that was pro-life, that he's, you know, that's his.
Yeah, they're no longer pro-life. I don't know if you know that. Yeah. One guns a-blazing raid by the FBI, and they're not even Christians anymore. They're now Wiccan. Yeah. Apparently, while the FBI were there going through their rummaging, they like to rummaging through their drawers. And I hope they mean the ones in their bureaus. That they baptized them all in the Church of Satan. I mean, I've never seen one of the baptisms, but I know it's a party. A lot of glitter. There's an inflatable unicorn doll of some sort.
Police. He is obviously a spokesperson of sorts, and he is there.
He's obviously a spokesperson of sorts, motherfucker. It's like, I don't think Alina Habba is a real person. I think Trump is using a filter to, like, he's like, where am I? He's like, my name is Alina Habba, an attorney at law, mostly at law. People even say very well respected firm. And they say he's very respected as a known person who does these things that, and you know this better than anyone, that this is the kind of thing that they're doing. Thank you. I do look lovely. You're right. It's, I mean, I got a career in drag, if anything, you know, it's not going to happen. Don't hold your breath.
There to help.
She literally talks like Trump does. It's amazing. Like, it seems to be the thing that attached him to her.
Assist women who need guidance, and he is entitled to his First Amendment right and his Fourth Amendment right.
Yeah, but he's not entitled to trespass on the grounds of these private places, and he's certainly not allowed to push fucking people down for escorting people to their cars for their own safety.
Against illegal search and seizure.
I mean,
against illegal search, get the fuck out of here. They got him because he's wanted on a warrant for violent behavior.
I mean, Alina, overreach, over exaggeration.
He's still mad at himself for saying, "Is this government reach?" in the beginning of the video, so he wants to say overreach again to kind of like get a do-over. Overkill. Go fuck your. Oh my God. The fuck is wrong with this? FBI raids home of Catholic father of 7, guns blazing. Is this overkill? I don't know why he didn't just make a video of them just like, racket.
To ask to bring a guy who simply is counseling young women.
No, he's not simply counseling young women. He pushed the fucker down. He assaulted someone, you prick.
On whether or not to have an abortion. They need guns out for this?
They need guns out. I mean, are any of them 72 and walking down a sidewalk? Because why would they feel threatened otherwise?
When he's sitting at home with his family?
With his family? I mean, my God.
I mean,
the police barged in to Jeffrey Dahmer's house while he was there with his lover, who he had lobotomized with a with a screwdriver, with an electric screw gun, and was hiding under the bed, and while he was boiling parts of another one, and they were having family dinner. I mean, he considered them family, and he was eating them for dinner. Why? How?
You would think he was providing abortions in his home illegally, the way that they behaved. If to the contrary,
Up to the contrary, he's illegally having more kids because if she's going to say he's being fruitful and multiplying,
coaching women that don't want abortion or want to.
He's coaching them. Honey, I have to go to a motel. These coaching sessions have to be private, and I don't live here. I mean, if we want to buy a house there, I mean, you and the kids can't go there, but
know what their options are and how to proceed in
here's just some of your options. You could put the child up for adoption. You could let me take a look at the fetus with the head of my penis.
that way.
Sorry.
And I'm, it's grounded.
Like this dude just reeks of a creep who likes to talk to girls who got themselves in a family way while not being in a family. And he's like, well, one thing I do know, she puts out.
In his Catholicism and in his religion, and to target these people.
Yeah, his Catholicism doesn't tell him to assault people.
And to say that we're not being targeted or they're not being targeted is uncanny.
Again, there goes that word again, uncanny. It's uncanny.
I'm a Catholic Arab. My family, my religion was targeted, is targeted in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm. And
if we want our country to become like that, well, we should then just ignore what is happening.
What are you talking about? He viewed his religious belief as the dominant religious belief, and he attacked someone for not sharing his religious belief about abortion. In your analogy, he would be the mullahs in Iran, or he would be the religious extremists who force you to behave under their, under their view of Islam, or being a Muslim at all in the case of being a Catholic Arab.
But I think everybody's eyes need to be open. I am so glad that you covered this, Eric.
Yes, and you did so well. The fact that you have no fucking idea why he was actually arrested is amazing.
Because it is.
Because you did it's one thing for me to I needed a refresher because there's so much shit going on to look up the story, but we'd seen this story before. And the fact that in a couple of seconds, you and I were able to just go, oh shit, yeah, that. Oh no, fuck that guy. This wasn't about belief. Your belief stops the minute you put your hands on somebody.
So frightening.
We're going to stay on it.
And it's not just Trump. It's anybody with an opposing view. We're
going to stay on it. We've reached out to Mark, and he's responding. He has to lay low right now.
Yes, because if he comes on your show, he has to lay low. He has to lay low. Jesus Christ. In case the federales come for him, he's got to lay low. He's got to come on your show because he's got a pending indictment and not basically commit another crime or put himself in a situation where he, once he's found guilty, which he will be, the judge will refer to videos he did in between his arrest and his trial and his sentencing as, a wanton disregard for the rule of law.
Talking to his attorney because we want to continue this conversation, because I don't see them banging down the doors of all the people who are threatening and just defacing counseling, pro-life counseling centers across the country, and they've been defaced all across the country.
Yeah, that's vandalism, and that's a misdemeanor, and that's on a state level. If you think it's a hate crime, if they don't incorporate you're against my choice, but you Catholic bastard, then maybe you have a case for a civil rights violation, and you should fucking go for it. But there's a huge difference between vandalism and pushing down a 72-year-old man. Face-to-face physical confrontation with another human being where that person ends up injured. And if you can't tell the difference, it's because you won't tell the difference because you don't give a fuck. You're watching Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide, and some of these are harder to do than others.